Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to plan out my week. I know it doesn't look like much yet. I will explain. I also, yes, sound a little bit like a frog today. This is not my normal voice. I just got back from a weekend in New York City, which is where I used to live. And one of the activities this weekend was going to watch the dance company that I used to be a part of. And I cheered just a little bit too much, and I'm still working on getting my voice back. So not only is this video going to be a progression of my week, but it is also going to be a progression of my voice. So in this video, I'm going to do something I used to do definitely last year. I don't even remember if it was the whole year, but I haven't done it in a while, where I plan out my week first, and then I plan out every day over the course of the week. So you get a feel for what changes over the course of the week from the weekly plan that I make at the beginning. However, because I literally just flew in back to Chicago this morning, I am going to do things in a little bit of a different order, but I thought that it might be beneficial for you to see, like, you can do things in whatever order that works for you. So it's actually not the morning anymore, because I also decided to go ahead and prioritize a nap. We took the 6 a.m. flight, which when you book the 6 a.m. flight, it sounds good in theory until you work backwards at the time you actually have to wake up. So we obviously didn't get enough sleep last night. And on a normal day, I would just power through, and I would work, and I would, have coffee, and I would unpack, and I would do all the things, and then I would go to bed really early. Well, today is my sister's birthday, so tonight we're going out to dinner to celebrate her. And so I knew that if I wanted to be a functioning member of the dinner tonight, I needed to get in a nap. So I did that first, and it is noon now, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a plan. I'm just using a really old notepad. I'm trying to get through like all of my notepads. Oh, I do not like, must be a very new Papermate flare. It needs to be broken in, which of course it's not gonna get broken in unless you use it Laken, but this is my favorite pen in the whole wide world. It's the Papermate flare. So the first thing we're gonna do, I'm just gonna make a bunch of dots. I don't know exactly how many I'm gonna need, but I will end up having to make more, so what I'm doing right now, but I'm gonna write it down so I can check it off, which is film the Monday part of the plan with me. That's what we're doing together right now. I won't end up planning out my day today by the hour. That's just the only part of my day that's going to be planned is from like right now until about 5 p.m. So there's no point in using one of my daily hourly pads. You'll see that later in the video. Then I need to run to CVS. I did get my sister, I have her gift ready to go, but I don't have a gift bag big enough for it. So I need to run to CVS to get the gift bag. And then I'm going to unpack. Also, I'm gonna put in parentheses, I might get coffee while we're out. I need to see. Normally I go through the fridge and check expiration dates and everything before we go out of town, but I did not get around to doing that before we left. We do have half and half in the fridge. I don't know if it's any good. So if the half and half is not good, I'm gonna get coffee while I run to CVS. And then I'm gonna go ahead and quickly unpack. We were just gone for a weekend. Normally I am a chronic leaving the suitcase and not actually unpacking it for a while person, especially if it's a long trip. But since it was a short trip and I need my stuff to get ready tonight, I'm gonna unpack. And then I'm gonna actually get ready first before I do anything else, because that is the time sensitive thing. And I don't remember what the concept is called, but there's the concept that you will fill however much time you give something, right? So if I decided to do all my work stuff first and then save getting ready for the end, my mom is picking us up at 5:30. So let's say I stopped working at 4:30 to start getting ready, I would make it fill that whole hour. It might not take me a whole hour to get ready, frankly. I mean, pre-pregnancy, it definitely didn't take me a whole hour, but now I move much slower. So I'm gonna but that's more of a priority because I have to be ready to go for this dinner. So I'm gonna do that first. Actually, this is out of order because the first thing I'm gonna do when I get back from CVS is wrap the gift, but that's fine. I'm gonna get ready first. Then I'm going to plan out my week. Now, maybe I'll talk about this a little bit more. I'll just talk about it now. Before I left last week, I did a rough outline of the week, and shocker to nobody, I was a little bit overambitious with the amount of time that I was gonna have to work on stuff today. So I may need to readjust that once I do all of these things. So I am going to kind of replan out my week. It shouldn't take me that long again because I did a rough plan at the end of last week before I left, and then I'm gonna film that plan with me. Then once I do that, I will execute anything that I have time to get to today. And I will add those to this list. I could have lots of hours. I could have like a half hour. Again, I think I'm looking at my Kanban board now. I had planned to do 3 or 4 things today before dinner, and besides filming the plan with me and maybe one of those things, which the priority, we'll just go ahead and write it down, would be getting through the communication routine and getting caught up on comments and stuff, since I obviously didn't do that over the weekend. So if those are the only 2 things I get to today, that's gonna feel successful to me. All right, I just finished doing these things, and as should surprise nobody, especially me, I pretty much knew what was gonna happen, and I estimated exactly. I have about the amount of time that I need to do these 2 things before we move on. Again, normally I plan my week, well, actually, I'm only gonna plan for that because I just realized that I already did the planning part. I gave myself a whole hour to plan the week. Normally I only give myself a half hour because I just find that I don't need that whole time because I have the month planned out and it's just an adjustment. But because I was gonna be filming it, I gave myself a whole hour, and then I always give myself a whole hour for my communication routine on Mondays, knowing that I'm going to play catch up. But I've already done the planning portion of it, and I still have a full 2 hours and a little bit of wiggle room before my mom gets here. I'm not gonna over plan if I have a little bit of time and or energy to move into one of the other things for later this week. Great. If not, I'm just gonna like sit and read a book until she gets here. So let's move into the weekly plan portion of this video. So one of the steps of my weekly planning, and again, I have done videos this year for sure, both ways. I've done the weekly plan and I've done a daily like plan with me for the week. I think this is the first one this year that I'm going to combine it into one. So one of them is make my to-do list planner all ready to go. I already did that. I'm actually not gonna show you that because there's a couple things on there. I don't want it to deal with blurring it out, whatever. And then also setting up my Kanban board, which I did, and I just have to make one small adjustment based on the shift that I made for having less hours today. Then what we're gonna do together is prepping this is my HB90 planner page. I've talked before, the HB90 system is what has hands down changed my life in terms of planning out projects for my business. When this video goes live, you can sign up for the HB90 course. I will leave it linked down below. I'll leave the video where I talk about it and a link to sign up. It is an affiliate link because I'm gonna talk about it anyway. It is only offered once a quarter, but you can sign up if you're watching this video the week it goes live. So I'm gonna leave that link down below. This is the only page that I physically print out now though. Everything else I do in a Google Drive. I still use the whole concept of the system, but I do it all, or not a Google Drive, a Google spreadsheet. This is the one piece that I print out, and then we will actually take all the things that I put on here, all of the action steps I'm gonna do for work, and map them out over the course of the week. So the first thing I need to do is get the dots down. I do like to color code, and I like to coordinate between the tasks that are on here and the sticky notes on my Kanban board, and then like the goals on my goals page. I'm using the yellow for calls, so any one-on-one calls that I have this week, one-on-one coaching calls are gonna be in yellow. Those don't end up on my Kanban board, that's unnecessary. Pink is for recurring tasks. These are things that I do every single week or every single month, which is a lot of my business right now because of the amount of hours I'm actually spending in my business. I actually recently talked about this on a live that I'm gonna link here. Somebody asked me how I plan now that I'm pregnant and every day is kind of unpredictable. And one of the things that I do is I plan way less like that I'm gonna get done. Like I really lowered my expectations in terms of the number of hours every week that I'm going to work. That way it can go with how I'm feeling. And so a lot of that has gotten cut from like the project side of my business because the recurring stuff still has to happen. So that's pink. And I got a new pink marker. For the longest time I was using this one, which was a little bit more like neon than I wanted it to be, like highlighter pink. This one is like true actual pink, and I ordered it from Jet Pens on its own, like just this one. Well, I ordered some other stuff to not just waste shipping, but I ordered it not as a part of a package. And then the only project I'm working on this week is going to be this color. So I will do just one yellow dot for all of the calls. And then I have 11 of these recurring tasks. Make sure I don't mess this up while I'm trying to talk. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll do just one. I have this goal that I'm gonna write down, broken down in other places, a lot more in detail, and on my Kanban board. It's not worth dealing with the breakdown here. So now I will just go ahead and fill this in. So again, this is one-on-one calls, estimated, there's 4 of them. They usually take me 30 minutes. It's possible that I run over, but I also don't try. I feel like this video is gonna be so long. For somebody who doesn't have a voice, I'm talking a lot. I don't try to be super, even as a numbers person, I'm not trying to be super exact. So if a call runs 10 minutes over, I count it as 1/2 hour task block. If I find at the end of the week, all of my calls have run over that much, I might put down that I used 5 instead of 4. But for the most part, I just get as close as I can. Okay, I need to move I have this all on my computer and I need to move it where it's over on this side of me so I can see it a little bit better while I'm doing this. Okay, so then we've got my communication routine, which I give myself 6 throughout the week, 2 on Monday and 1 every other weekday. Then I have the live, which I give myself 4. For the live. Then I have, well, my camera died and I wasn't even paying attention. So I have 2 for education, which is really just a coaching call for a program I'm signed up for right now. That is another category that got massively cut when I had to cut back hours. I used to try to do more online courses that I've signed up for, etc., and it just hasn't happened. So then updating the community list, I give myself 1 for this week. Some weeks I give myself 2, depending on what week of the month it is. That probably could be, I could talk about that in a different video if you're really interested. Then I have plan week, but I have it twice because I have this week, like the week that we're doing right now. So that's gonna be plan and film, which again, I already mentioned I gave 2. And then I have planned next week, which I will do later this week. And I have gave myself my regular 1 for that. Then because it's the last full week of the month, I'm doing a lot of content creation this week. So I've got the community content. So I've already written all of it. So all the text, all the Facebook posts, all of that jazz. I wrote all of that last week when I planned. This is just scheduling it and creating it, creating the posts, scheduling all the texts, etc. Then I have Instagram posts and Instagram reels, which I'm only giving myself 1. This is one I've been skipping a lot and just kind of doing on the fly. I'll see how it goes this month. I'm gonna have to start getting really ahead with content in preparation for baby getting here. And so I need to get better about that. And then filming, which this is just sit down front facing filming. This is not filming these plan with me's and filming a day in the life at some point this week. And then the community call, I give myself 6 total, 2 to prep, 3 to execute, and 1 to get the replay all situated. And then the last project this week that is, from a number standpoint, it just got the rest of the hours like in the total. So the total that I had blocked out off this week based on everything else I have going on was 40. So after all of this all gets planned first, then all the remaining hours are going to whatever big project I'm working on. That project right now is my personal course launch. Not my personal, just I talked about HB90, so I wanna make sure this is like a different course launch, which is live. As of the time I'm filming this video, you can go sign up for the course. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit more later in the week when we get to the day that I'm working on this, which is tomorrow. Or I'll talk about it maybe on Wednesday after I've done the work on it. But I am so excited. I launched this course in January of 2021, and it has gotten a major facelift since then. And I'm so excited for you to experience it. So it is available for sale if you are interested. It is, of course, about goals. The purpose of the course is to help you break through all the goal roadblocks that you struggle with and find the time to actually work on your goals. So I'm just so excited. Okay, let's move on to, I'm gonna scooch the camera up a smidge, the actual weekly planning. So this part happens first, like in the actual planning process, which again, I did a whole video on this last year, the end of last year. I mean, it's a 6-month-old video. It's the same process. I take all these steps and I plop them into my Google Cal because I know that these are the hours that I've already allocated for work. So I have them mapped out over the course of the week. Now I'm basically transferring that to this page. And the reason I do that is I like to see this hanging up and like staring me in the face basically all week. And even though I have given up a lot of planning, like in terms of stickers and planners and stuff like that, there's still something so, I don't even know how to explain it, but just like it sinks in when I'm writing it down. So the first step I always do is write my AM routine and my PM routine. There is no scenario nowadays that I do my AM routine at 6 a.m. It literally does not happen, but I just like having it at the top. I have it in my Google Cal, I think, starting at 8, and sometimes that doesn't even happen. It really depends on what time I go to bed, how well I sleep the night before. I am massively prioritizing sleep right now, as to be expected. I'm also just tired all the time because I'm, you know, I saw something on Instagram the other day saying that I'm 3D printing a human. I thought that was so funny. And then same thing with my PM routine. It doesn't always happen at 9. In fact, in an ideal scenario, it's happening much earlier because by 9 I'm tapped for the night. But I like just being able to look at it at the top and the bottom. It reminds me, so when I plan each day, I reference this page. It reminds me to add it. Not that I think I would forget it, but the other thing is when I'm looking at this, I'm seeing all the things that I'm doing throughout the week, and it reminds me that I'm doing other things. Like even if I don't have too many things in the middle, if I still do my AM and PM routine, that's still a lot of steps. Okay, so even though it is Monday afternoon, essentially at this point when I'm filming this, I am still gonna fill out Monday. And that is because I have to look at this for the whole week, and I don't want Monday just to be empty. So this is a little bit redundant and a little bit unnecessary. But again, it kind of goes back to being able to see all the stuff that I get done over the course of the week. Like if I get to the end of this week and I feel like, oh, I didn't get as much done, or I didn't make as much progress as I wanted to on this one thing. Well, you spent Monday traveling home and then celebrating your sister. Like, of course that's gonna be like the situation. I'm just gonna put the 3 things that I like knew I wanted to get to today. Again, just to make me not look at a blank day for the rest of the week. So I wanted to unpack, I wanted to plan, and I want to do my communication routine, which I'm gonna do after this. Obviously you saw on the to-do list, I did a lot of other things today. I also took a nap, but I'm not gonna put that here. And then we'll put Allie's birthday in the evening here. Hope that doesn't go until 9. Our reservations are at 6:30. I guess by the time I get home, it might be after 9. So let's move into the rest of the week. One question I get a lot, especially I post my planner, both my weekly and my daily planner in the community Facebook group, is do you follow the times that you say you're gonna do things? I don't like to put times on things. Again, in my Google Cal, all of these things are mapped out for days with this amount of time. And yes, in the Google Cal, do I have one thing first from 11 to 11:30 and then something from 11:30 to 12:30 or whatever it is? Yes, but I don't like to look at that on this because then if I get ahead or behind, it throws me off. So what I like to do is, let's say on Tuesday, and again, whether I start these things at 10 a.m. or not is really dependent. My AM routine right now is about 2 hours. So if I do start my AM routine at 8, like my Google Cal says, and I take the full 2 hours, then yes, I'm starting these things at 10, but that doesn't always happen. So what I like to do is just put all the actual tasks that have time blocked out for the week. So on Tuesday, those things are prep the community call, which was something that I actually had on today, but and maybe I will get to it depending on how things go. I may not. And then work on the course, which I just totally messed that up, but whatever. Tomorrow, and then communication routine at the end of that. And again, this is gonna take a lot longer than those 2 hours that I just squeezed it into. I may be over explaining this, but I want people to realize that I'm not, like, this is not just empty space. Again, I don't know why I feel the need to do that. And I have a one-on-one call at 2:30. So we're gonna put that there. And then the community call is from 6 to 7:30 on Tuesday night, which is prepping our goals for June, which is, I just cannot believe that. I like to draw a little box with whatever color I'm using that week, which is, I just pick randomly based on how I'm feeling. I mean, I only have so many options that match. I have been trying to like maybe mix and match a little bit, but I'm a very matchy person. Let me know in the comments if you're like that. My mom always gives me a hard time. Like I always want like colors to match exactly. I was complaining the other day about woods in my apartment not matching, or like I always have to have all silver jewelry or all gold jewelry. And my mom is like, things don't have to match like that all the time. Like, I'm like, okay, Mom. Okay, so that is Tuesday. Wednesday, we also have 3 things, but I'm only gonna put 2 of them before the live. And which again, they may or may not happen, but that's the Instagram posts. And then the live is from 12 to 1. If you don't know, I go live every Wednesday on YouTube, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, just to answer questions. And then the coaching call that I've been participating in, I don't know why I just didn't draw these at the same time, is from 1 to 2 afterwards. Then I have a one-on-one call again at 2:30. That's funny. 2:30 is a popular choice this week. And then the two things that I want to do after that, which one of these might happen. Sometimes this call doesn't take the full hour, or for sure like in that little half-hour time slot, although I might end up just taking a break, is the recap of the live and my communication routine for Wednesday. And then on Wednesday night, depending on my energy levels, we're having company this week, and I have a lot of stuff I need to do. I have a whole separate list of things I'd like to get to before they're here. So I'm gonna put that on Wednesday night. I probably will also put it, well, I may not write it on Thursday night. Whatever I don't get to Wednesday night, I will carry over into Thursday. Okay, moving into Thursday. So Thursday, you know what? I may not put a whole dot because Thursday is filming. So I'm just gonna write film and then draw an arrow down. I have a call, I'm gonna put this call in at 1:30. And then I have another call at 3. So I'm gonna draw this arrow down to here. And then in between those calls, I will, sorry, my computer just made a noise. I will do my communication routine in between them. And then again, Thursday night will be more company prep, depending on what I get done on Wednesday. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, on Friday, we've got another 3 things that we need to get to, and that is the community content for the month of June. And then a typical Friday, we need to plan the week and do my communication routine. Sometimes I do those the other way around. I try to make the planning like the very last thing. And then I'm not gonna put anything else on Friday because I actually haven't touched base with our friends that are visiting. They're driving up from St. Louis. I don't know what time they're driving. They have little ones, so I don't know what time they're getting here. I actually talked on a video recently how they were coming to visit. I think it was my May goals video. I was talking about cleaning the apartment, how they were coming to visit and they weren't actually staying with us, and then the plans changed, and they are. And then that's it for Friday, Saturday. It's just gonna be with company, and then they're leaving on Sunday, and we have my mom's birthday on Sunday. My mom and my sister have really close birthdays, and then her dad, which was my first stepdad, his birthday is the next day on Monday. So it's a lot going on in May. So we don't have any set plans. They have 2 little girls that are almost a year, so we don't have any set plans with them over the weekend. We're gonna just kind of play it by ear, depending on the weather, depending on how the girls are doing. So that is my plan for the week. I'm gonna rip this off and hang it up on my magnetic board, and I will see you tomorrow. Hello, good morning. My voice is a little bit better, at least it sounds better to me, but today has already been incredibly, incredibly rough. Luckily, I have not been getting sick as much lately, but today was an exception. So it is much later than I would normally like to start my day, but it is what it is. And I'm going to have some coffee and power through and hopefully still get, if not everything done that I had originally planned, a good bit of things done. So it is the 23rd, and I am going to go ahead and just highlight. I just picked this teal color today. I know I showed you the new pink dot marker that I got yesterday from jetpens.com, if you've never heard of that website. I also got, this is very random, I also got 2 other new colors. I got this, nope, not this blue. This blue, this like super bright blue. And then I got like a true red. Oh, where's the lid? But neither of these have a mild liner, at least that I own, that match them, and I still like for things to be matchy. So I haven't really used them a whole lot yet. If anybody knows of anybody, I think Cindy has done it with like the Moxie Life colors, but not necessarily with everything, but like a match, like what dot markers have a mild liner friend that matches? And if I don't have any combinations that I haven't figured out yet, I would love to have that because I'm getting a little bit tired of the colors that I do. Or I just need to get over it and be okay with doing 2 different colors. Sorry, that's a very random topic this morning, but that's kind of where my head is at right now. So we have work, personal, and tomorrow. So like I said, it is like 10:15 right now. Definitely not how I had planned to start my day, especially because I went to bed super early. Like we went to dinner last night, came home, I crashed, and got up like at a pretty early time, and then just it was downhill from there. So I laid back in bed for a while. So I'm gonna do some of my AM routine. I'm definitely not gonna get a workout in today. So I'm gonna mark it for an hour and kind of just cruise through what I can cruise through. And then I'm gonna put the 3 things that I had planned for today. I'm gonna change up the order just a smidge, just based on priority. Not that I don't think I'll have time to get to the course, but the course is up in the air. I could spend the whole amount of time I was gonna spend on it, or I could just do a like less I don't know if that made any sense. I think I had allocated 5 task blocks, so 2.5 hours if I don't get to 2.5 hours, but these 2 things I definitely want to get to today. And then whatever I have time for in terms of the course, time and energy. I do have that one-on-one call at 2:30. And then at 4, I need to send the reminder email for the call. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm loving everything about Teachable, which is what I moved the community over to. My one big grief so far that is really frustrating me, and I need to see if there's like another, I think I could probably use a different tool to do it for me, is you cannot schedule emails out in Teachable. So if I wanna send out like a reminder email 2 hours before the call with the Zoom link, etc., I have to do it manually, which is just very frustrating. And then we have the call from 6 to 7:30, and then we'll get the replay up after that. Okay, so there's the like hourly plan. In terms of other to-dos for today, I was gonna film a day in the life today. That's obviously not happening. Need to water the plant, which I did not get to yesterday. And then we need to figure out groceries. Sam usually does the grocery shopping, but given that we were out of town all weekend and he is currently studying for a certification, we may order grocery delivery just to save us some time this week. And then I know I talked about like a separate list I have for this for prep for company. I want to go through that list. I made it last week. Update it, prioritize it, and maybe kind of map out what I'm gonna do each day. Like today I could maybe wash some stuff and kind of start to get prepared. The big one is that we've got to build our bed so we can move our current bed into the guest room. It's just so many things to get to in the next 4 days. Also, maybe that includes texting our friend and seeing what time they're aiming for to arrive on Friday. So that is today's plan. Again, not a huge change from the weekly plan, which is pretty normal at the beginning of the week. Just that it's all shifted a lot later than I would like it to. And so I may not get to everything for the course that I had planned to today. Good morning. It is Wednesday. Just another day. I feel like my voice is almost back to normal. Still not quite there, but we're getting there. Hopefully when I need to film tomorrow, it'll be at least as close as possible. All right, let's get today planned. Yesterday ended up being a pretty good day. You can see I added a lot of extra random to-dos, a lot of which got done, and then continue to jot things down for tomorrow. As expected, I did not get as much done on the course that I wanted to yesterday, which is going to show up today in the plans for today. So like I said, it is Wednesday, 24th. We're gonna do yellow today. Just thought I would brighten up my planner with some yellow. Oh, so pretty. Okay. So in terms of to-do, so most of these things are just carryover from, not carryover, but things that I thought of yesterday, but that I knew I wasn't gonna prioritize. So the only work one on here is scheduling some individual community texts. And then for personal, as you can see, I picked off my nail polish yesterday. As an ex-nail biter, as soon as my nail polish starts to like chip or anything, I pick it off, and that's the end of that. So I'd like to, I will definitely paint my nails before I film tomorrow. This video, I wasn't as concerned. I feel like for Plan With Me's and Day in the Life videos? Anyways, I'm not as concerned about it, but when I do like true like front facing or my goals videos, I want my nails to be done. So I'm gonna try to get to them today. If it doesn't happen, I guess I would like them done before the live, but I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, that reminds me, the other work thing I need to do today, which I would have seen when I got to my to-do list planner, is scheduling the live. Anyway, so nails, I have an Amazon return I just wanna check off today. And then Charlie's nails. If any of you have cats with claws, if your cat is a great claw clipper, I'm very jealous. Mine is okay. She's not the worst, but she's not the best. It usually takes us 3-ish sittings because I don't get through all of them before she like gets restless and wants to leave. So when we're having company and like I have a deadline that I want to have her nails all trimmed by the time they get here Friday, I'm starting today. So if I only do like a couple today, couple tomorrow, and then I'll finish up on Friday. That's why we're starting today. Okay, I ended up getting out of bed at about 8:30. But my AM routine, I'm not gonna do the full thing, mostly because I don't ever plan to work out on Wednesdays anyway. I thought about it for a second since I didn't yesterday, but I don't have time because I do want to get there's some course things that I didn't get to yesterday that I want to make sure I get to before the live, because I'm gonna announce something on the live, which By the time this video goes up, the challenge that I'm announcing today will be over. The course I already mentioned is available for sale, but I'm announcing the challenge today, and I didn't finish something yesterday that I need to. So I'm gonna get to that before the live, which means these things are gonna be moved after the live. So we've got the live. You'll see I'm kind of rearranging a lot of things today. So the live, and then I'm not gonna join this coaching call from 1 to 2. It's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna get through my recap and communication routine right after the live, and then that one-on-one call at 2:30. And then after that, my mom is coming to get me and we're gonna run a few errands. My mom has a board meeting for her building tonight, so we need to get those done before that. So my mom's gonna come and we're gonna go run a few errands. It's part of the company prep. I made the whole list yesterday, which felt really good, but some of that list includes there's stuff in our apartment that needs to get to the storage unit and Goodwill and get out of our apartment, as well as we don't have any guest towels right now. When I was packing the guest towels, I was like, I've literally had those towels for 10 years in New York, and I was like, we don't need to move these, we'll get some fresh ones. But now guests are coming and I don't have guest towels. So I'm gonna go do those things with my mom. And then when I get back, I'm going to we'll see how I'm feeling. If I have the energy, I'm gonna try to do the Instagram stuff. Well, as I write that down, no, I guess it'll still be light out. Part of the reason I had Instagram Reels today is because I'm already getting ready for the live. And I might still, if I have time before the live, I'm gonna do those because the lighting is better and I'm ready to go. But worst case scenario, I'll do them tomorrow. I guess I'm getting ready tomorrow to film anyway. And then I'll put PM routine here. In terms of company prep, I'm not gonna put anything else here. I'm gonna count the errands as kind of doing that. I have my list. If I have energy or I'm feeling up for it, I definitely will try to check off some other things. I'm looking at the list and seeing what I could possibly get to today. You know what? The things that for sure need to happen, and I put laundry yesterday when I was going through my morning routine, I was skipping steps since I was running late. I was writing down some steps that I wanted to get to like later in the day. Vitamins I ended up doing because I was doing my morning routine sitting at my desk and I didn't want to get up and go get my vitamins. So, but laundry I never got to. That is one thing, I'm just gonna write it here, that I could and should get to today, because part of that laundry is sheets and towels and stuff for the guests. And so if I could get that done today, that would be very helpful. So that is the plan for today. Hello, good morning. It is Tuesday. Yesterday, I got a lot done that is not necessarily that you can see here. Well, I got a lot done on the apartment prep before our company gets here. I did not get to actually a good bit of work things that I wanted to get to, but that is all right. I will get to those today or tomorrow. Again, I'm feeling really good about the prep. Really, the only things we have left are tonight, we have to build our bed and then therefore move our current bed, the queen bed, into the guest room. I've washed all of that, like our king stuff, the queen stuff at this point. I did that this morning. I decided to just kind of like take my getting out of bed momentum. What is the date? The 25th. And go ahead and go straight into washing stuff and getting stuff in the laundry instead of jumping straight into my AM routine. So all of that stuff is washed. So we just have to build and move the beds. And then once we're done with that, I'm gonna clean all of the floors, the whole apartment, and then we'll be good to go. And that's it. So if we get all the bed stuff tonight, and then my goal would be to do the floors tomorrow, gives me plenty of time today and tomorrow to get through all of the work stuff I haven't gotten to, which includes something that was originally in my calendar. It was originally scheduled for Monday. I knew it wasn't gonna happen Monday when I planned earlier this week. And then somehow it never made it on another day. And I was updating my Kanban board yesterday and realized that sticky note never had a new home. So that I definitely will have to get to today. So I'm gonna write my AM routine. It's about 10 o'clock now, but I have done some of it. Again, I've done a lot of things this morning, just not what is considered my AM routine. And then I'm gonna give it 30 minutes. I don't think I'm gonna try to squeeze in a workout today. I've been very, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? Not committed to doing the workouts as much as I would like. You will have already seen that if you watch my June goals video that went out, that I put that on there to help hold me a little bit accountable. So, but I'm giving a little bit of extra time because I have to get ready so that I can film. So then I'm gonna get my filming in, And hopefully I can get all of that done before this call at 1:30. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Kind of depends on how I'm moving and how things happen. Then I have that one call at 1:30. And then I got another one scheduled that was not on my weekly plan. Normally I don't like to have new one-on-one calls scheduled that last minute, but it's a new one-on-one coaching client, so I wanted to get her started as quickly as possible. So that one is at 2:15, and then I have that last one at 3. So 3 all back to back. I definitely am gonna need a break after that. Then there's like 3 work things that I really need to get to. That actually doesn't include these Instagram things. That may happen, we'll see. I did one reel yesterday, which is why I gave it that little dot. But I need to do the live recap. I did not do that yesterday. I need to do my communication routine regularly. And then the thing that never got moved anywhere is updating the list. I feel like I remember talking about it in the video, but now I can't remember how it never got moved. So that is the priority for today. I'm gonna put Instagram over here in this section. I tend to, what I like to do, and I know I've explained this in videos before. Oh, that's why I'm not sure. I clearly need to paint my nails before I film. I did not get to that yesterday. Anyways, I know I've explained this before, but the way I like to operate is everything over here has a time slot allocated. Like it could get done in the time that I've allocated for the day, pending nothing takes drastically more time. Everything over here in these sections, so like the work and personal section, either are 5-minute tasks that I just need to make sure I do at some point, or they are things that if I don't get to them today, that's okay. If they're important enough for me to get to, I will have them over here in this section. So for now, these things can live over here, even though some of them I'm carrying over. And then if I don't get to them today, like they will have time slots likely tomorrow. So that is the plan for today, and let's get to it. Hello, hi, it is Sunday. I am ending this video way later than I had planned. I had every intention of filming a clip for Friday and closing out the video there, but I woke up pretty frantic with the amount of things that I needed to get to before our company arrived that I just I wasn't even thinking. I made a to-do list on a notepad and just got to it. And then they ended up arriving early. So I'm just really glad that I did that. And then we just had a wonderful weekend, and I got completely sucked into not in a bad way, but sucked into just spending time with them and their girls, and not even I didn't post on Instagram. I didn't do anything over the course of the weekend. It was so nice. And now it is Sunday, and so I realized I needed to close out this video in some capacity. So here I am, just letting you know that's how my week finished up. Some days are really well planned out, and some days are frantic to-do lists on a notepad, which is also how I'm functioning today. Right after they left, I just made a to-do list of the things that I wanted to make sure I got to today. And now we are about to head to dinner for my mom's birthday. And the only thing I have left is to film this clip and get it uploaded for my editor. So that is gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing this weekly plan with me, a weekly and daily combo. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. We just got out of town. That's not right. Then I take all of these steps, part of my, let me start that again.